What is the best way to put my kid to sleep?
Best way to put your kid to sleep is by following sleep rituals. And before explaining these rituals, you must understand the essence of rituals and what rituals are. Very simple. When done regularly, they become your routine. The routine, when followed religiously, becomes your ritual. And once anything shifts from being a habit to ritual, then it is a permanent solution to whatever scenario you want to arrive at, or whatever solution to the problem that or the challenge you may be facing, right? So, sleep rituals, if I have to tell you about the sleep rituals, then let's consolidate on 5 sleep rituals, right? Ritual number 1: your kid should be neat, clean, tidy, and feeling hygienic before going to bed. The bed on which they're going to sleep should be nicely done. It should not be messy. It should be an inviting bed for your child. Okay, so if you can ritualistically put your kid to bath first and then put them to bed, it's a fantastic thing to do. But if after their dinner the bath is not possible, at least they should be in a habit to wash their face, their feet, their hands. Very, very important, before going to bed, they must change their clothes and slip into night clothes. Why? They have been all around the place through the day. Not only they have soiled their clothes, not just that the clothes are dirty, but also they picked up so much. It's all energy. It gets clogged into what you're wearing. It gets clogged into you. When the clothes are changed into night clothes, they've had a nice bath and the bed is inviting. 50% job done. It's an inviting scenario. Ritual number 2: you have to space out the time between their last meal, the dinner, and they're going to bed. It should not be that you've just stuffed the food into their mouth and now just sleep because you have your school tomorrow. There has to be a little buffer time between a zone of eating to zone of sleeping, right? So once they've had the meal, they will go, they will do some mantra, they will sit somewhere, they will talk to their grandparents, or they'll talk to you, they'll chit chat. Let this buffer be for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Let them just be fine. And then you say, come on, let's sleep. Then you take them to the bed. Ritual number 3: it's fantastic and helps to go to bed with your kid. You don't have to sleep with them, but it's soothing. And I'm talking about toddlers, 5, 6 years old also, right? And if they're siblings, that's fantastic. They can go together. So now you're sleeping with your child, you do a mantra, you do your prayer, whatever religion you're following, or if it doesn't even have to be a religious prayer or something, you can just tell them an interesting moral story or read to them. Reading and going to bed is an excellent habit. So just 5 minutes, engage with your kid, involve with your child, and read a very good story. I used to do a lot of Hanumanji story and these stories when my kids were growing up. So not only these are imparting good moral values, they're also learning the good ways of life, and also that this is the last piece of information before going to bed. So you're already seeding subconscious mind with the righteous thing, the nice thing, right? So this is the ritual number 3. Now the ritual number 4 is, before going to bed, you must always do this one. Very important. It is to give them a nice kiss on their forehead. It's so prominent in our culture that we're always kissing our children here. Why? Because this is also your third eye. So when you kiss your kid here, with a kiss, there's a slight stimulation here. There's a vibration of activation which happens. And kiss, of course, is a gesture of love, compassion. And you say, I love you. And then you say, you are the best. Then you say, you are a winner. And then you say, however you are unconditionally loved, you are unconditionally supported, and you're always going to be my princess or my prince. You're going to be the queen or the king of this world. What a mom or dad tell their kid becomes their truth for future. So when you tell your kid you're a great communicator, you say your voice is beautiful. When you talk, it's so calming. When you say you are really hardworking, when you say you always give your best, it becomes their truth, and they start living with it. Also, when you say something negative like you're always eating my head, can't you sit still? Can't you do work on time? Finish your work on time? Why are you always lagging? Don't you see other people, how good they're doing in their life? Now you're already putting other people ahead of them. So they start feeling I'm the second one, I'm always second to somebody, self-esteem issues, and then they actually start believing that they're laggers. They start believing that they're not good enough. So what language you talk to them becomes their inner language and their truth. And while sleeping, the subconscious is so open. Whatever suggestions you give them, you tell them, it goes down and gets seeded, and they start believing it, and it becomes their belief system. It is the most important and one of the crucial rituals that every parent should do, especially if your kid is less than 10 years of age. You must do it. And the ritual number 5, the killer of all rituals. When your child is sleeping, the room should be pitch dark. It should be devoid of any LED or tube light or bulb or some light infused radiations, because the brain is calm, they calm down and they're more restful. The absence of light. Put off all the lights, and then you say, but my child is fearful. My child cannot sleep in darkness. No, you are going to be there by your kid. If you are there by your child's side, then he or she will sleep. So you say, come, we'll sleep together. You pat their back. It's the back heart chakra. Some patting is going to help them receive love. And you snuggle. And then you say, I'm always there with you. It's reassuring. It's like a cushion to them. And you just do a nice soothing gesture from your hand. Let it be pitch dark, and they will slide into the sleep. Then you can get up. You do whatever you want to do in your life till 12, 1, whatever. It's your life. Your kid is sorted now. So if you are able to actually do all these 5 steps daily as a ritual, then you will see your kids' immunity will go high. Your kids' self-esteem will go high. Your kids' vocabulary would enhance. Your kids' communication skills will improve, because the communication skill is directly proportional to your self-esteem. How you feel about yourself is how you let others feel about you. And what is that zone of comfort you are having in talking? This is your communication skill, right? So this enhances their communication skill. And of course, what it does, it makes them feel loved. It makes them feel wanted. And whenever a human being feels that I am loved, I am wanted, they feel good about themselves. And then they say, wow, the way I am is so beautifully accepted by my mom, my dad. That means I'm done, I'm good enough, I am good. The moment they start feeling good about themselves and they have this sense of being enough in their life, they're winners. So you see, these rituals are also modulating, are also crafting them to become winners and the leaders of tomorrow. So I think this would help. So guys, if these rituals make sense to you and you've started applying them in your life and you're willing to apply them to your life, then please type in, I am willing, I am going to follow the ritual. Just type in this, because when you type something and when you have a message for us in the comment section, it gives us more energy to make such more value adding videos for all of you. Also, if you have some query, if you want some answers, please ask in the comment section below, and I'm going to make a nice video on that. Thank you so much. Bye bye. I'll see you soon.